Hey folks, this is Tom Vassell. Welcome back to Essen Fair 2017. Today we're doing a walkthrough of Hall 6. So we're going to be walking around and looking at different booths here. Right here is the WizKids booth. Now actually WizKids had a fairly small booth, but they have a lot more games nowadays. We're really publishing a lot of different games. By the way, here's a Adventure Party game over here. But they have a lot more board games. You can see really just a whole cabinet full of games here that you can look at. Here's a place that will be selling food later on. Now because I'm walking through early in the morning, a lot of the booths are still fairly covered up, but hopefully this will give you an idea. Now one of the things that's interesting here are these used booths that have board games. And you can see just how many booths are here that have, you know, there's tons of games and they're really, really inexpensive prices. So for some people, this is just glorious to search through here. Over here on the other side of me, we have Oink Games. They're not here right now, but they have all their little games walking around. All right, well, let's continue our kind of random walk through Hall 6. There's also some toy stores in here, and there's some art things. This place here has some really cool art. I really like this particular piece here. Just really neat, and actually they had one, I think it's gone, of the Iron Giant. But there's some really neat artwork, so that's pretty cool. All right, let's continue as we walk around. So stuffed animals. So you might be thinking, I'm not really into this, I really like board games, but there is mostly board games at the fair. This other stuff that's around here, this art, this is a very small section compared to the rest of the hall. But if you do like comics or whatever, that sort of thing there. Okay, so I actually thought that that was a vehicle, and it's a guy blowing a horn and running through the halls. So, what do you do? Here we have The Walking Dead, All Out War Miniatures game, Star Saga. Oh, this is Mantic Games we just walked by. So some miniature stuff. Over on the side here we have dice. Of course, dice is always fantastic. You definitely want to buy dice everywhere you go. Here's Modifius.
Hello.
And they got Thunderbirds, and eventually we're going to see Kung Fu Panda.
Soon.
So still lots of setup here. I had to make a choice to walk through the hall while it was being set up and you don't get to see quite everything, or walking through the hall with crowds of people where you don't see anything. There's a mannequin there, I think. More games. There's some pricier games here. As we continue. Okay. Morning. Straight ahead you can see Batman. So the game based on Conan. So they're demoing this one here. I think that Kickstarter is going to do probably extremely well. Here's Planet of the Apes. So this hall is probably, I gotta be honest, I think this hall is probably my least favorite of all the halls because it has the fewest board games. I mean, there's some cool stuff in here, don't get me wrong, but it also has a lot of Kickstarter stuff, or stuff coming to Kickstarter, which is interesting, right? But it's less interesting when there's like 1,000 published games that are being released here. You know, it's harder to get excited about these sorts of things. At the same time, if you like very specific things, let's say you like... Morning.
The dice tower is here. Great.
If you like miniatures and things, you know, then this is part of the hall that you're going to want to come to, because this is pretty much the only place. In American conventions, there's a lot of, you know, a ton of miniatures, and here this is, I'm walking through like the miniature section. Smog Riders over here. There's half-size dice. Half-size dice are pretty cool. Got a couple pirates. We're still walking through the miniatures section. Do you want a custom cat umbrella? Here's the folks who are relaunching D-Day Dice. Here's the game Sam really likes, Guards of Atlantis. Game mats where you can change your tabletop into a battlefield. Does this feel random to you? Because it feels random to me. Wild West Exodus, they have a really cool booth. Very Western. A little bit of wargaming over here. PSC games, Battle of Britain. In front of me here is Mad and Big. It's Mega Awesome Dutch and Belgian Indie Games. I like the name of that one quite a bit. They have the Cover Me game, one of the ones I was very interested in here. Then over here we have Board Game Geek. They're getting ready for their recording in the morning. And you can also come around here and get promos. You know, they got a really good spot here. They're like the center of this hall. So everything is kind of, a lot of people tell me, well, I'm close to Board Game Geek or whatever. Here's the Fog of Love. They have a most grandiose balloons all the way up to the ceiling. So that's pretty cool. There's Scuba and East Indies. Let's spin over here. This is the UK Games Expo booth. So if you want to learn about that amazing expo, they have it here. Great Fire of London. 9 Worlds. There's Sirenscape directly ahead. So if you need music and sound effects for your games, if you've never used Sirenscape, it's a pretty neat thing. There's just so much in there. Over here we have Zen Terrain. And over here some more miniature stuff. So that's, let's see, here's Steamforge games. Of course, they're showing off Dark Souls and pushing their Resident Evil 2, which is having a very successful Kickstarter. And I think that's pretty much it for Hall 8, for Hall 6. Hall 8 is where we're going to be heading next. So there you have it, folks. This is, you know, Essen has mostly board games, but they also have a lot of other great things in them. You know, a lot of nerd, geek things, and this is part of them. Oh, here's Long Pack Games. They're the folks who made the dice for the Dice Tower Kickstarter. Over there is Legion for card covers. I think we can walk down this one more aisle here in Hall 6 before we head to the next one. See some pirate stuff. Yeah, we've already been down that row. So that's it. Hall 6. I'm Tom Vassell. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.